there are errors, they're fairly minor and nothing that can't be,
Yeah.
I was saying, honestly, a +5 nature, not that surprising. I have a +6.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's only +5 because she only, her intelligence is pretty low. It's only at the 12, I think.
I'm a happy kitty, but a stupid kitty.
I'm gonna put the kibosh on that right now. A random person in a world of D&D has 10s across the board.
Yep.
Maybe they have a 9, maybe they have an 11, but the bog standard average is 10.
Oh, so she's actually above average.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the thing, is most of your characters are going to be above average in practically everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't know that.
Like,
unless the dice really hated you at character creation, you're going to be above average.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lifa, when I made my first roll for Senku Ishigami, he's from Dr. Stone, the dice came up with I got natural 6s.
So Pippin's not weak. He's actually above average in strength, just not as crazy as you guys.
Absolutely. Like,
I'm quote unquote above average, but I'm probably one of the weaker ones in the party as well.
Yeah.
I got 21 strength
well, you have a belt.
because of the belt, but
have a 13
got
in
17 dexterity,
Yeah, I have a
17 constitution, 16 intelligence, 20 wisdom, and 15 charisma. So
Okay.
it's pretty up there.
This isn't a pissing contest over ability.
No, I'm just saying what my stuff is.
Any hoozle. You guys eventually,
But,
the nature-oriented members of this party see no less than 6 independent damage paths per fight.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness!
Is that a multi-vortex?
Yes.
Okay.
The city doesn't have the city doesn't really have outer walls, but the fortress does, and in several places they are completely toppled and on their side. One of the more sturdy areas, like one of the battlements, has been half toppled over and collapsed in on itself.
Too bad Senku doesn't have nature, otherwise he'd be able to investigate that. Then again, he does have investigation, too. I meant the multi-vortex thing. But then again, Senku is, of course, affecting aid and whatnot.
Yep. At this point, a floating orb of light approaches, looking vaguely like this. I'm going to put this in the campaign pictures.
Well then.
Wow.
And at first, it emits this heavenly sound. It sounds a bit like a choir intermixed with bells, and it is a beautiful. It almost sounds like a cross between a cacophony and a melody, but it is nonetheless beautiful. Does anybody know Celestial?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think
I
do.
All right.
Yo, what's up?
I know you know Celestial?
Yes, I do.
Nice. Okay. There's too many people that know it to go to the DM chat, so I'm just going to say it here. Those of you who know Celestial immediately hear this thing, immediately recognize this thing is speaking Celestial, and it speaks and says, if you don't require immediate medical attention, please enter through the main doors and have a seat on the left side. One of our clerics will be with you as soon as possible. But please understand, we are working at triage at this exact moment. So if you require healing, it may take some time.
Understood. We're actually helping in the search and rescue operation.
The color, its color sort of changes to a slightly more golden yellow, and immediately starts speaking in common and says, "Excellent. Please follow me."
Oh,
Glad.
follow it, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it leads you through a smaller side door where a man is looking over a map of the city with what appear to be several city guards, but they have like officers' badges and officers' sashes, really. And he looks at them and says, "Excellent. Now you can begin sweeping the northern side of town." And they salute him and immediately run off. This man, sort of dirty blonde hair, looks age worn, but at the same time still very battle hardened. He's got a rapier at his side and a longsword at his back, clad in full-on plate armor, impeccably shined. You assume some level of magic. Looks at you, smiles, walks over and begins to shake each of your hands, and says, "The guards have been telling us you've done a whole lot of good work."
We'd like to keep helping. Is there any other place that needs assistance?
At the moment, no. The center of town was hardest hit. Fortunately, most people there heeded the warnings, and you cleared out most of the injured. We're operating on bare minimum. We have a half a brigade of lantern archons that have exhausted their healing powers, and most of our clerics are resorting to spare the dying. But the situation is, at this exact moment, stable. Now, the way I hear it, the situation is a whole lot more complicated than a natural disaster.
Very complicated.
Very much so. What we've been dealing with, this is sort of similar to... Actually, no, not just similar. It's very much like what we've been dealing with in previous locations. Like Nessa.
More than Nessa, buddy.
And Byron.
Since Wakota.
Yeah, since Wakota, we've been having run-ins with
Coda,
Cole
Byron,
that
Nessa,
Briny.
Bryn. You name it.
Yes. Now. Okay. So, what have you encountered here? My heart weeps for those. My heart weeps for those locations, but I have an entire city to look after right here.
We found some cults in the sewers. They got away though.
Intelligence says that they were trying to summon something known as Panjel Kutra.
We
Not
stopped their
summon, bring
ritual
back to
down
life.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to resurrect a very powerful
Artificer.
named Pancho
Kutra.
or something like that.
Kutra.
Cusco.